Friends, hello everyone. Oleg Hive Tomav is with you. Well, today we got to St. Petersburg, completely by accident. I decided to come to St. Petersburg to celebrate my birthday. Here we are walking through the streets of St. Petersburg. I hope we will show you today the most incredible palace beauty of St. Petersburg. It really is such a fascinating city, very interesting. It seems to me that there are practically no such cities in Russia as St. Petersburg. Palace Square from 1918th to 1944th was called Uritsky Square. The main square of St. Petersburg, an architectural ensemble that arose in the second half of the 18th and the first half of the 19th century. The square is formed by historical and cultural monuments of federal significance. The Winter Palace, the Guards Corps Headquarters Building, the General Staff Building with the Triumphal Arch, and Alexander a Column. The Alexander Column, and also sometimes called the Alexander Column, after the poem by Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin monument. An empire-style monument located in the center of the Palace Square of St. Petersburg. It was erected in 1834 year by architect August Montferrand by decree of Emperor Nicholas I, in memory of the victory of his elder brother Alexander I over Napoleon. Well, friends, here we are at the most important palace square in St. Petersburg. Just an incredible beauty. The morning begins, animators and businessmen are already working at full speed. A photo of how one Gazprom share is being sold. In short, all tourists are already beginning to gather very briskly to the Hermitage, probably to get on an excursion, as it were. I also want to go on an excursion to the Hermitage today. Well, I hope the queues won't be too big, and how would it really be possible to buy a ticket? Well, of course it's very beautiful here. I like the architecture in St. Petersburg, which is really fascinating. Which was built simply, I don't know, by professionals of their time. It's probably as if all of these architects have died out in Russia, or all of them who came to build St. Petersburg. It was mostly, as I understand it, foreigners from Italy there, Rome, who built it. Well, it's very beautiful, just incredible. By the way, friends, check out how you like the sound. I bought myself a buttonhole. You made such gifts in yourself from the heart. A good DJ Mig2. So write in the comments how you like the new sound. So what, we went to the square. Let's go now to find out how much tickets to the Hermitage are to get on a tour and see the unreal beauty of these fascinating palace halls. Look at the figures and sculptures standing on the roof of the Hermitage. It's just incredibly very beautiful. Dear guests, the entrance ticket to the main museum complex is the full cost of 500 rubles. Entrance ticket with excursion service and a half. Here, friends, we got into the courtyard of the Hermitage, past the inspection. That's the beauty inside here. We are heading to the ticket offices. We'll definitely buy a ticket with a guided tour, right? Yes. And we will take you the coolest excursion from the Hermitage. Friends, well, so we bought a ticket for an excursion to the Hermitage for 5:30. But now we are going to take a walk through the streets of St. Petersburg. Take pictures of the most interesting beautiful views from the building. Let's see what's going on here. Well, I think there will be a very rich, interesting video. I don't think it will even fit in one issue. There can be several parts at once. Excursion part, walking. So don't switch, there will be a lot of interesting things. Also subscribe to our Telegram channel Oleg Veknoflife. There will also be a lot of interesting photos. And what did not come out in our main video on the channel? We also have a Vk channel on YouTube. So friends, here we are entering an incredibly beautiful arch, which is located here on Palace Square. It's just that the architecture is very impressive. Dasha, tell me your first impression. What do you think? How do you like Peter in general? Great? Very verbose cold.
It's wet. Is it cold?
Is it wet? The humidity is very high, right? It's unusual. It's dry in Moscow, right?
Well, yes, we are warm compared to Peter.
So, well, we friends passed this incredibly beautiful arch in the very center of St. Petersburg. Friends, look at what an incredibly beautiful clock is on this street. Going out on the palace square here, people checked the exact time here. Now we get 22 minutes past 11 there. That's how it's all set up here, and here are friends, verification time. So here we are, friends, and took a walk along Morskaya Street. Well, here as always, businessmen, as in the Crimea, in principle, nothing new. You can take a picture at the price of one Gazprom share and go home on a trolleybus. So, friends, here we are out of Bolshaya Morskaya, we are walking along Nevsky Prospekt, we want to take a little walk. Take a walk to the former main office of Kontakt. Now we are going to look at the most probably interesting, unusual building in St. Petersburg. So here we go along the most probably the main street of St. Petersburg excursion. Along Nevsky Prospekt. Here is such an incredibly huge flow of cars here. So, friends, here we have already come to the Kazan Cathedral. This is an incredibly beautiful architectural building, too. Everything is executed in colonnades. It's just very fascinating, reminiscent of ancient Rome. Of course, in St. Petersburg, every building is a big story. Friends, here we have come to the main building of the former contact office. The Singer Company. Sewing equipment, everything related to sewing, was probably produced here. I just remember such a machine was a Singer, if my memory does not fail me. But the knowledge is certainly very monumental, interesting. Look how beautifully everything is done here. The dome is incredibly beautiful. And in the distance, the Church of the Savior on Blood. And now here is the house of the book. We're going to go inside now. So, friends, look at how incredible there are postcards here that can be brought from St. Petersburg. In fact, a very large assortment. I would definitely buy something here. Look at the beautiful postcards. I think your relatives will not remain indifferent. There are also many souvenirs presented here. Reinforced mugs. I haven't really seen this anywhere. Well, maybe they sell it somewhere. You see, there are different ones in St. Petersburg. And such porcelain cups can be from St. Petersburg. In short, they made the first floor here, the house of books, and plus they sell various souvenirs here. Look at the number of different cards here. Pictures. You can watch these at home. Well, it's true that such small formats are a little more than photos, but there are a lot of different beautiful ones. So, friends, but here we went up to the second floor. Look at how much literature is being sold here. And everything here is divided into such clusters, that is, you can also come here to read about the plant. That is, in principle, you can read this book completely before buying it. Well, there's also an incredibly cool view here. As I understand it, you can sit here, drink coffee, and enjoy the views from the window. Now we are going to walk and look, probably, at one of the most beautiful viewing places. So friends, here we have come to the most probably very beautiful window from the House of Books, which can be seen all over Nevsky Prospekt. And here is the cathedral itself. There is also a buffet here. You can buy these different cakes. I was walking by chance and met Peter the Great. I was riding in my carriage. So friends, well, here we burst right into St. Isaac's Cathedral. Friends came to a very beautiful place. We have already been here in the past years when we came here to St. Petersburg and climbed to the very top. And today we will definitely repeat it, since Dasha is here for the first time. Mulled wine to help you in the ascent. So, you can ride on such a carriage, which will turn into a pumpkin at 12 at night. Well, we are heading to the ticket offices of the Museum Monument of St. Isaac's Cathedral. So friends, well, we bought tickets. It turned out that the cost of our ticket was 300 rubles to go upstairs. Now we are going to climb to the very top, look at St. Petersburg from a bird's-eye view. Look at the incredible colonnades. Look at what a huge panoramic view, beautiful. Everything doesn't even fit in the camera. I had to turn on a wide angle to capture this incredible beauty for you. It's just incredibly very beautiful. We came a little closer to St. Isaac's Cathedral. Look at the incredibly huge gates at the entrance here. True, they, as I understand it, do not open. I thought they were. You see, there are probably some bolts at the top and the gates close together. Not very pretty. It's a work of art. Someone probably poured it out of bronze, or I don't know what kind of metal it is made of, but most likely bronze. And what an arched here is such an incredible view. Friends, well, here we are climbing the colonnade on Dashberry. Ticket. 1 ticket. Op, everything can be passed. And now we are starting our ascent, which we have already done once, produced. Look at which walls here are made of shell rock or not natural stone, although it looks very assertive. Rakushnia as in the Crimea. And now this is an incredible number of steps to go through. I do not know if I have the patience to shoot it all. Does it make sense? Look at the candles. Here was a place for lighting. So, friends, it's just a little bit left. We've almost climbed these steps. Yes, it's fine. You see, who drank in St. Petersburg, he rises to the end, without respite. So we are almost out on the roof. So, there are the last steps left. We're about to see the shortest view. Oh damn, more stairs up. So, let me go through.
I invented bloggers.
Look at the view that opens. Unbelievable. Wow, this is just an incredible beauty. So everyone gave up except me. Let's go upstairs. The last steps are left.
Wow.
The legs are just in a waffle. Without one stop, we go up. There are even chairs here. But friends, look at the incredible views of St. Petersburg. It was worth it. This is a cardio workout. Dasha, how are you? Rise. Does cardio training help you? Is it okay? So friends, look at what kind of view. On the north side of the Glon. Please go to the left to the sign with the inscription. North. Our city is located on numerous islands of the Neva Delta. In front of you, on the other side of the river, are the arrows of the Nevsky Bridge. It can be identified by one of the firing columns of red details. Now we're going to take a walk and see. You see, this is probably the industrial part of St. Petersburg, the port, unloading bases of some kind there. We see how they smoke. Just an incredible view opens up here. Zakharova at the beginning of the 19th century. Columns, it just has no idea how such huge granite columns rose to such a height. It's just beyond praise. Who built it? Preserved monuments. There are probably really no such monuments anywhere. In this building. Here is another view of the river, which opens from the other side. It's very beautiful here. Friends, look here, there is a view of the palace square, the Hermitage. From this location, everything is very clearly visible, not in the river. And there, in the distance, the Church of the Savior on Blood. Now, we will try to increase it a little bit. You see, these are his domes. Built in the 30s of the 19th century by an architect. We did not pay attention to what huge bells are here, just incredible size, what beams hold them. Well, and here we are back, friends, at the starting point, where everyone rises. And this incredible panoramic view of St. Petersburg begins anew in 1977th year. Yes, it's scarier to go down here than to go up. The steps are very incredibly steep here. Well, they are sprinkled here. You go just like this transparent mesh. Somehow, it wasn't as fast going up as going down. But nothing. The main thing is that we watched the coolest, incredible bird's-eye shots from St. Isaac's Cathedral. So now we have to go back down to the claustrophobic room and go down. Tin. And that's it. And we go down the stairs like this, down, down, and probably to the exit. Friends, this is how we visited St. Isaac's Cathedral. So let's give a thumbs up and subscribe from you to our channel here, friends, draw the famous bridges. And there is such an incredible view of the Neva River and the Peter and Paul Fortress. The beauty is incredible. We are located near the Hermitage. So friends decided to walk on drawbridges, take a walk. No one has ever shot a video on them like that. That's all up to the Palace Square. Let's go now. Over drawbridges. The main thing is not to stay on the other side when suddenly the bridges are raised. But now it is unlikely, probably, that any ships are sailing along the Neva, because it is all frozen. Maybe some kind of boats, as it were, go in the fall, spring, summer. Now probably no one goes, does not ride, there are no excursions. Here, friends, is the central part of the drawbridges. We have almost reached the central part. There is an observation deck right here. Look at the view of the Hermitage. On the Neva River, on the Peter and Paul Fortress. Here is such a cheerful seagull sitting. She is waiting to be fed here, friends. We are here on the Palace Bridge, right in the center. He's a terrible coward. Look, this is the middle of the bridge. At this point, it turns out, it connects and does not divorce. Look, even the trolleybus wires are disconnected here on these poles. They diverge in different directions. And in this place completely, as it were. Friends, this is the part of the bridge. And friends, as you pass it turns out the Palace Bridge, and there are two huge rostral columns like this. There is one in that direction, and one in this one. They are separated too, it turns out whether this island, which is here, these two columns are located. They were erected by the French in 1816th year, if I'm not mistaken. Friends, and look near the pier there are lions like this, which were most likely tied to boats that were moored to this pier. A very interesting place here. And here we are heading to the ship, which we have already filmed once. It's a floating restaurant. But a very nice little boat is on the Neva River. Everyone, friends, exclusive shots are unloaded here, and this installation is installed. Finally, we move to the other side of the Neva River. And here is such a huge wind ship standing here. Probably, here is such a big beautiful restaurant ship afloat, is the wind at the beginning, behind Magadan. Oh, what beautiful pigeons there are in St. Petersburg. A dove and a dove. They seem to be tame, they have flown away from someone. Ghouls, ghouls.